Hey guys, welcome back to ND Cubing. I hope you all are doing well. I have a very exciting video for you guys today, and it's something that I'm very excited to show you. I'm going to be showing you guys some very rare 3x3s. 3x3s I don't think you guys have ever even seen before. They're very near and dear to my heart, and I'm very excited. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, so before we begin, I just want to apologize for the condition of my hands. I know there's like some white stuff on there that's paint, and I know that this thumb looks really bad, but that's just from working a lot. So yeah, I just want to apologize if it's kind of like hard to look at. But without further ado, let's get into the puzzles. So I'd say that I have quite a lot of rare 3x3s in general, but I just want to go over these ones because they're very special to me, and I thought I'd go one by one and just explain what I've done to these cubes, or what has been done to these cubes, and what makes them so special. This is kind of just, you know, for entertainment, and yeah. The first cube here is a treated cube. I've showed this on the channel before. This is a polymer coated Tornado version 3 by Tran. I bought this from him about 7 months ago in late December. And this cube is probably one of my favorite cubes in my collection. It turns very nice. The polymer coating definitely changes the feeling quite drastically. It's a fast coating, so it's very smooth, but it feels really, really nice. I really do enjoy this cube. And this is one of the rarest cubes in my collection because, you know, it's a Tran puzzle. For those of you who don't know who Tran is, he used to work for the Cubicle doing experimental projects like boron treatment, which is what you'll see in a second. Overall, this cube is just a really nice puzzle, and I think it deserves a spotlight, at least a little bit, to show, you know, how important it is. This is another treated Tornado version 3 by Tran. This one has a soft blue coating, which is, if you can see in there. I had to replace the center or the center pieces, or the core, because the core broke, but you can just tell that this cube has been treated. This is another really nice puzzle, and something that's a staple in my collection. This is the last treated cube that I have from Tran. It's a treated worm version 10, and it feels really nice. I really liked the worm version 10 when it came out, and this is one of my favorite cubes that's rare in my collection. It's treated with the same stuff that the pink Tornado version 3 is treated with, so it's fast and quite nice. This is a cube that I made myself. It's quite janky, but it's a 3D printed valk. Now, if you don't know what a valk is, it's an old cube from 2016. I know a lot of newer cubers haven't even heard of it, but the valk was one of my favorite cubes of all time. It was one of my main speed cubes, and it continues to be one of my favorite cubes in my collection. I have a couple of them, so they're quite rare, but they feel very, very nice. This cube has the same mechanism as a valk, albeit to a lesser degree. Corner cutting, I mean, it's kind of there, but it's not really. The center caps are kind of off layer, and I did put normal hardware from a valk into here so it would work. Overall, this cube is just really cool, and it's a proof of concept, but I thought that I would mention it. Here's a boron treated valk. I originally had a black boron treated valk, and I just took the internal hardware components and put it into here. This cube is really, really nice. Like I said, I just really enjoy the valk. Even though it's such an old cube and it feels so blocky now, I just really like this puzzle, and I thought I'd show it. Next up, keeping in line with, I guess, rare cubes or old cubes, this is a boron treated GTS2. This cube is one of my favorite cubes in my entire collection. I have 2 of them, so I'll show the next one in a second. This one I made myself, so it isn't actually a Cubicle Labs product. What I did was I had an original Cubicle Labs GTS2M Strong, and I just I kept the logo sticker, but the rest of the cube has been treated. Like I said, this cube is one of my favorite puzzles of all time, and I really enjoy it. It's probably my favorite main. Just probably one of my favorite cubes in general. This is the other GTS2 that's treated. I've had this cube for a lot longer, and I've re-stickered it. As you can see, the original stickers were quite worn and destroyed, but you can see the boron treatment has kind of subsided a little bit. It still feels very smooth, a lot smoother than a regular GTS2, but this is my second treated cube. This is another boron treated cube. This is an Mf3rs2m. As you can see, the pieces have been boron treated. This cube is exceptionally rare. I know a lot of people seek the Mf3rs2 still. This was one of my favorite cubes and continues to be one of my favorite cubes. I really like this. It is showing its age, but this is just, I just want to say, another rare cube in my collection that I thought I'd mention.
Keeping in line with the boron treatment, a lot of these have been done by me, all of them. All the boron cubes have been done by me. But this is an Ys3M 2020 with corner to core magnets. If you can see the magnet right there, it attaches to the inside of the piece. This cube has a neat story behind it. I brought this to the cubicle. And Ro Hessler actually stickered it and set it up, which was very nice of him to do, so thank you, Ro. I really enjoy this cube. I think it's really, really nice, and I thought I'd mention it because, you know, it is kind of rare, I guess, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a nice cube. This is a Gan 12 made by Ivan Vanek, if I'm saying his name correctly. I bought this from him. He had a marketplace auction, and I kind of just bought it from him. He was selling, I don't know, dyed cubes, but this is, the internals have been dyed orange, and you know, he just set it up. It's very nice. I did enjoy it. Some of the tolerances for the pieces weren't great. I think it's because when he dips in acid to you know, apply the RIT dye, I think it kind of shrinks the pieces. So I did have some of the center pieces chip. I was able to fix it. You know, it's a pretty easy fix. You can just use epoxy and then just sand it off. So some of the pieces are a little bit wonky. As you can see here, there's a gap right there. There is you know, some tolerance, you know, you can see the chipping or the, you know, the piece breaking, but overall it's a really nice cube. This is a Boron version 9 that has been boron treated. With the internals being primary, it's kind of difficult to see, but if I take out a piece, you might be able to tell it easier. Anyway, this is really nice. It changed the feel quite a bit, made it a little bit more smooth. It kind of feels chalky. I mean, most of the boron cubes do kind of feel chalky with the inside. I don't know, it just kind of feels nice though. This is a Ys3M, keeping in line, that I boron treated. The rest of the cubes that I'm going to show have been boron treated, so I don't have to keep on saying it. But you can see the internals have been, you know, turned gray, which is pretty neat. And it feels a lot nicer than the regular Ys3M. I don't think this has springs inside of it. It has the regular maglev components. I just swapped out the blue, I guess this component for you know, one from an Ys3M 2020, so there's more tension range. But overall, this cube feels really nice, and I like solving on it. This is a Gan 15 New Black, and I'll just show you the inside real quick. As you can see, you know, it is gray, you know, which keep in line with what the treatment does. This cube does feel really nice. I think with the treatment, it kind of makes it like more soft and plush. It definitely doesn't feel like how it used to feel. I have a regular Gan 15 over here that has a spring mod from the cubicle. This cube feels a lot more tactile, a lot more crunchy than this one. This one feels almost more damp. I know the base plastic is different though, so that could be adding to it, and the tensioning system is different. But this cube just feels really nice and a lot different than a regular Gan 15. This is the Super Weilong version 2. What the treatment did to this cube was make it more smooth and buttery, which is quite preferable. With a slow angstrom setup, it's quite controllable and it feels really nice. I think I'd call this cube my main. And last but not least, this is the Ferro core. As you can see, the insides have been changed as compared to a regular Ferro core. Like this, the angstrom Ferro core feels markedly different than the regular Ferro core that I treated. I'll just do a sound comparison to show you that the treatment does affect the sound. Yeah, so this cube does feel a lot more nice, I'd say, than the angstrom version. However, I don't know, I'd still use this cube. There's nothing wrong with this cube, it's just that I think the boron treatment adds a layer of smoothness that I prefer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to share some cool cubes with you guys. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and take care of yourselves. Peace.